In case you missed it, be sure to click here to see part 1 of Blue Blur. Though we may know the Master Emerald's earliest points in history to today's recent events, there are still large gaps that have yet to be revealed. Using what knowledge there is and utilize the lore of other titles, we have devised our own theory. In the beginning, Gaia created the planet. As life began to flourish, Gaia internally struggled against its dark self. Unable to hold the planet together, it shattered and thus split Gaia into two beings, light and dark. While Dark Gaia went on a rampage, Light Gaia used its now pure energy to create the Chaos Emeralds. Subduing his dark twin, he trapped them both within the core of the planet, and the Chaos Emeralds were used to lock the planet together. With the planet safe from destruction, the natives built temples to house the sacred gems. As time passed, tribes and clans formed and war broke out between them. Seeking power and dominance over each other, some learned of the fabled gems and stormed the temples, seeking out the emeralds in an effort to suppress and destroy their enemies. Fearing the negative use of the emeralds would wake his dark counterpart, Light Gaia instructed the purest of all forms, the Chow, to help craft an emerald that could negate the power of the Chaos Emeralds. This emerald would later be called the Master Emerald. Once the emeralds were rendered useless to the clan leaders, the Chow then searched the globe for the gems and brought them back to the newly created altar that would house the 8 emeralds. Not wanting history to repeat itself, Light Gaia appointed a guardian, the highest of all form of Chow, Chaos. Centuries passed until the war between the Echidna tribes, Knuckles, and Nocturnus began, both wanting supreme dominance over the planet. The Nocturnus clan were more technologically advanced compared to the more primitive tribe led by Pachacamac. In a supposed act of desperation in the face of his clan's destruction at the hands of the Nocturnus, Pachacamac sought to steal the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald from the altar by force, believing they were the keys to the Knuckles clan's survival and continued victories. Tikal, however, who had come to befriend the Chow and their guardian Chaos, who lived at the altar, pleaded with him not to go through with this plan. However, her pleas fell on deaf ears. The tribe forced their way past the Chow, prompting their guardian Chaos to appear and absorb the Chaos Emeralds, destroying most of the Knuckles tribe and the land in a fit of rage. In order to stop him, Tikal pleaded with the Master Emerald to stop Chaos. The emerald then absorbed both Chaos and Tikal into itself and continued to surge energy into a large part of the continent, making it float into the air with the remaining echidnas. Once the island was far from any mainland, it remained there suspended above the ocean where the Chaos Emeralds dispersed across the planet. The surviving members of the Knuckles clan, who now know the power of the emerald and what its sealed guardian could do, abandoned their old traditions and became the Brotherhood of Guardians, who devoted themselves to protect the Master Emerald to ensure Chaos would never again be released. They moved the emerald from its outside altar to a newly constructed palace hidden within the island itself and tried rebuilding their civilization on the island. One night, an echidna had a premonition and created a mural to warn all ancestors of its forthcoming. A glowing golden hedgehog will stop a giant egg-shaped monstrosity from taking the Master Emerald. On the surface below, stories about the island's creation arose, naming it Angel Island and saying that the gods arrived after the incident with perfect chaos, removing the territory as an island and hoisted it into the sky, isolating the Master Emerald from the world. Over the centuries, the Brotherhood of Guardians went into terminal decline as the members began to die out, some of whom left the island to see the outside world. During this time, a new organization formed on the planet, the Guardian Units of Nations. Under the orders of the then president, helped funded the space program into constructing the space colony Ark. Concerned on how to power such a large station, Professor Gerald Robotnik and his fellow scientists searched any and all potential sources of energy. This led him to the Chaos Emeralds and their history. G.U.N searched the planet for the gems but only came back with one, while Gerald and a small team of troops and researchers went to Angel Island to research the altar. G.U.N was instantly met with hostility from the Guardian Echidnas, who fled to a safe distance once the soldiers started shooting. Though Gerald and the researchers preferred not to harm anything living on the island, researching the altar was their priority. After Gerald got the details and analysis he needed, he and G.U.N left the island quickly and restricted any other aircraft from going near Angel Island. For the next several decades, the echidnas declined until the few were left who gave birth to a male red echidna bearing the mark of their ancestors. They named him Knuckles. Unfortunately, his parents were taken from him at a young age, but not before he was told his purpose was to guard the Master Emerald. Young, alone, and not knowing the real reason why he was chosen as the Guardian, he took up this mission and guarded the Emerald with his life. 10 years later, Knuckles and consequently Angel Island fell victim to the foils of Dr. Robotnik as his mostly destroyed Death Egg crash landed on the island, forcing it to collide with the ocean below. Though this is mere speculation and the idea of godlike figures creating the emeralds sounds far-fetched, it does explain why the emeralds are as powerful as they seem to be. And as far as Knuckles, he may not actually be the last echidna, since it's still unknown whether or not some echidnas have survived throughout time and lived normal lives. Still, the Master Emerald has survived through the ages, from cataclysmic events to being used as a power source, but will continue to hold a piece of the planet above the ocean below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and share with your friends. If you want to see future videos, click on that subscribe button. Also, click on this annotation to see the full Blue Blur playlist. I'm Star, thanks for watching, and always shine on.